Hey crafty people, it's Tasha. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm sharing a video that I originally shared over on the Wow embossing page, and I hope that you enjoy it.
I am excited to be sharing a project with some of our brand new July 2024 release. This is a little bit of a sneak peek into the foiling basics video which I've been working on, because I want to show you how I foiled this happy birthday panel with our brand new metal Marmalade fab foil. This panel is from our Sweet Sentiments fab foiler pack, and this is going to be the background for today's card. So I've got my foil tacked onto the back of the panel so it doesn't get caught up as it's pulled through the machine. I'm feeding it into my laminator, which is already good and hot. I aren't using any kind of shim or sleeve because you really don't need one. Once it's cooled down, you peel back the plastic release sheet to see a gorgeously fab foiled panel. Now, don't get rid of that excess either. You could use this with our solid panel foilers to get a whole other background. I've picked out a Catherine Pooler ink that I like with this colour foil. I'm going direct to paper, inking up the entire panel in just a few swipes. So the cardstock our foilers are printed on is perfect for this, especially if you pair them with Catherine Pooler's inks. I'm just using a dry cloth to buff away any excess ink that's sitting on that foil, and then I do like to set it aside to dry before attempting to cut or glue it. I've trimmed my now dry panel down to give me a nice border on an A2 panel of Neenah Solar White £80, and I'm just adhering it down roughly into the centre. Now for my focal images, I've already stamped these adorable Alex Siberia unicorns in black VersaFine and embossed them in clear gloss before die cutting. The same goes for that little sentiment too, which is from the same unicorn stamp set. I'm going to really quickly colour them with some Copic markers that I've already picked out. I'm going for quite a soft and limited colour palette, which I think is going to pair nicely with the background. For the bodies, I'm mostly leaving them white and just adding some light shadow in places before blending it out with my 00 marker. Then I'm mixing and matching between the colour blends on the three images, so that's going to make them really cohesive while still having slightly different looks. Okay, now that they're coloured, for the horns and their little cutie marks, I'm using a glitter gel pen for a little extra magic. Now we can build up the card. I decided to add a piece of vellum to the lower portion of my card to give my unicorn something to ground her. Now you do have to get a little creative when it comes to adhering vellum, as it's not very forgiving. So I'm adhering one of my unicorns first, then I can turn the vellum over and add some more adhesive directly behind the unicorn before sticking that onto the card panel. To avoid using any other adhesive in a place that's going to be visible, I'm going to adhere each of the three sides to the back. So I'm adding strips of adhesive, then I can trim down the excess off each side. And cutting away some of the corners is going to avoid having too much bulk there as well. Now I can just peel the release off and fold the vellum to secure in place, one side at a time. That gives us really neat looking edges from the front and avoids having vellum flapping about freely, and that's just going to risk it getting torn or creased. Now, my second unicorn is jumping through the air, and I decided that I'll save that last one for another project. My sentiment can go up on foam adhesive too. Lastly, to finish off the design, I'm using some of these pastel rainbow heart glossies, and I've chosen 3 different ones which I think pick up on today's colour scheme very well. And that's my card for this July 2024 release, all finished. Thank you for spending this time with me today, and don't forget to share this video with all of your crafty friends. Have a lovely, happy, safe and wonderful week. Stay crafty. Bye.